So Bronny James is back playing ball at a level, realistically, that he belongs to playing at in the G League, and he looked good. He looked good. Bronny is a genuinely good G League player. Like, we can no longer have this, oh, Bronny just sucks in basketball, period, arguments, because it's just not true. Bronny absolutely is only in the NBA because of his dad. And the problem with Bronny is, and I watched this game again, and I'm like, it's one of those things where if the G League paid more, he'd be a really successful G League. Like, if it was actually, let's just say if it was like, say, an English sports league with the Premier League and the Championship, where you can make a shitload of money if you're a really good Championship player. Whereas you can't if you're a G League player. If he wants to stay in America. That's the problem where I'm like, I just don't know if Bronny James is good enough to stay in America and play basketball. I just don't know if he's good enough. Because he had 15 points, 8 assists, 3 steals yesterday. And again, coming off that handoff there, dribbling in. The difference is that as much as people want to say, oh, the NBA and the NBA teams play no defense, this move right here sums it up. Like, if you're going and running the point with you can't run the point with this handle in the NBA. Like, he literally looks like if LeBron was 9 inches shorter. Like, I like those pull-up threes. I think he needs to shoot them in the NBA. There's that level of confidence that makes no sense. The handle and the ability to run the point is not going to be there in the NBA. Like, he's literally LeBron, but tiny. He's like, you know the way Michael Jordan described his brother being like they were the exact same player except he was 5'9". That's literally the LeBron and Bronny comparison. He is just mini LeBron. Like, that's a good steal. Nice layup there. I thought, like, look, I watched a bit more of the highlights of this game. Really solid all-around game. He's getting more comfortable. It's the G League. It's the G League, and that's the problem. And that's the thing where it's like he's able to control the game of the G League. He's just not. Bronny's not a role player. And that's the scary thing is, like, he was being pitched as this, oh, you know, he's this role player. Like, he'll be able to do everything. Bronny James is going to be, he's going to be a 3-and-D player in the NBA. And I'm like, he's just not. Like, his passing is okay. He's a pretty okay defender. And he's a vertical athlete. Can't really handle the ball. Isn't a great shooter. Isn't a great off-the-ball player. Doesn't cut particularly well. And that's kind of really where the problem is when it comes to Bronny, is like, he's LeBron. He's LeBron. On the defensive end, again, he picks and chooses when he wants to play defense. When he wants to play defense, he's great. He is literally just mini-me. He is mini-me. And the thing is, if LeBron was 6 foot tall, I don't think he'd be an NBA player. I know that might sound crazy, but I don't think he would be. I've always said this where I'm like, how many NBA players in history, if they were 8 inches smaller, would be NBA players? Wemby, because he'd still be 6'11". Is that it, really? Like, if you look at the South Bay Lakers yesterday, like, Bronny did come in, 15 points. But again, he was a minus 12. They won the game by 20. He was minus 12. Lads. He was minus 12. And are there only 40 minutes in a G League game? As if nobody played over 31 minutes. No, there has to be 48. Either way. I just want to look at this. How many mins in a G League game? So there's no way it's only 40, right? Oh, yeah, it's 48. So in the 17 minutes that he was off for, they were plus 30. They were plus 30. But, like, he's just not, he doesn't have the upside of a Nick Smith Jr. He's not as good. He might, like, Chris Magnon is a better role player. RJ Davis is better than Bronny James. I don't care what anyone says. RJ Davis is better than Bronny James. Like, if you watched him when he played at North Carolina, he was better. He's better than Bronny James. He just is. He's averaging 21 points a game in the G League and got benched for Bronny. Look, Bronny had a solid game, but he needs to almost dominate the ball like a LeBron. He's not this off-the-ball player. And I do think that there's a world where Bronny has a really good basketball career. I just don't think he ever hits that ceiling because I think he's going to insist on staying in America. And for me, that's kind of where it gets tricky because I don't think he's good enough to make the NBA. And if you're not making the NBA, you kind of need to leave America. Like, it's kind of as simple as that. That I think he could have a really good pro basketball career. And he's shown that he can hoop. But it's just that he doesn't need the money. I think he's going to stay playing that G League. And it's like a Mac McClung situation. I think Mac McClung's better than Bronny as well. But, like, we saw with Mac McClung that the kid is, I say kid, he's like 25. But he's somebody that, or is Mac McClung 26? 26, whatever. He's somebody that genuinely just can't. He's never going to be good enough for the NBA. But he's also going to be way too good for the G League anytime he sets down. And it's like, you can continue to get signed on Exhibit 10s. And like, Bronny has his money for the next 4 years. It is what it is. But you can continue to get signed for small contracts. You can continue to play 3 NBA games a year. And then dominate the G League. Or you can go overseas, work your way up to making 7 figures, and then see what ends up happening. But it just looks like he's gonna flame out because there's nothing from the G League to think that, like, he's not, what he does in the G League is not going to translate. It's not necessarily going to translate to the NBA, which is, again, a little bit of a concern. But at the same time, I would love, like, he's just not going to be at the level. At the same time, he's really fucking good at the G League. Like, if that's what you want to say, like, he's going to be a really good G League player. But, like, what does that mean? In the grand scheme of things, what does that mean as being a really good G League player? Man, especially now with NBA Europe being a thing, and you can stay in the NBA brand and maybe play at a lower level. Like, I think there is genuinely so many opportunities for him. It's just, even watching him play, even in a solid G League game, I just don't think he's going to be an NBA player. And that's fine. I think that's fine. That's fine. But anyway, I'll see you guys.